Welcome back, Officers Republic. Of course, on Honorable Police Chief APGAINS. For another episode of APGAINS at Night, it's just APGAINS, but I'll let you guys fill in the blank there in the comment section. I'm going to spoil it. It's just harder to see me. Larry, you guys are so smart. Good job. Today's video is one that's a little upsetting to me, and I don't know why I'm upset about it, but I am, and so I'm going to try to calm myself down, and I'm going to need you guys to help me rationalize this. So this was unbeknownst to me. I just did a 3 Cantina something 3. It used to be the Old Man's Cantina podcast. They've been rebranded. I apologize for absolutely butchering the rebrand there. But someone in the comment section was saying that when the new raid comes out, there will no longer be Mark III tokens in the crate raid. And I hadn't given it much thought, to be perfectly honest, but I was like, that doesn't really make any sense, right? Van Seal says that that the raids are basically just glorified galactic challenges, and that you're never gonna kind of keep up. And I think on the podcast I said something along the lines of, oh, you're gonna invest really hard into something that's gonna give you limited power, temporary power, and then it's gonna go away and you have to do it all over again. And then everyone's like, oh, you mean Datacrons? I'm like, no, the raids. So like I didn't believe that they would take Mark III away from the raid, and I was like, there's no way. And then we looked into it, and actually, I don't have the dev post pulled up here, but take my word for it. They said that the new, like, most recent raid is going to be the one where the Mark III is located, and I was like trying to find any excuse to like cope. I was like, there's no way, like they're not going to do this, and it doesn't look like there's anything to dispute the fact that when the new Endor fucking speeder bike raid comes out, crate's basically going to be useless because there's going to be no Mark III, which means, no high relic tiers and stuff like that, and all the stuff you can use your Mark III guild, whatever the fuck they're called for. And I still don't know how I feel about that, because, like, for one, I don't really care, to be perfectly honest with you, because I'll just do the new raid. But I just kind of, in the back of my mind, assumed that they would, like, keep the crate raid alive at least a little bit for people. I don't know, like, why they would do that. I don't know if they have an incentive to do that. But I just had always suspected that, the crate raid is not going to completely go the way of the dodo, if you know what I'm saying. Like, I get replacing it, but, like, are they going to completely get rid of it? It was kind of something, and I guess they got rid of all of the other raids and replaced it with the crate raids. So I guess it's not super unprecedented in recent times, but it just kind of came as a shock to me, to be perfectly honest with you. I was like, seriously, like I would get, I mean, is there even Mark III in the Treya raid? Or I guess I'm just a fucking idiot, guys. I guess I'm just a fucking idiot. I'd put, like, no logical brain cells into my, like, firm stance that I gave on the podcast. I was just like, yeah, there's no way they'd do that. It'd be so asinine. Why would they ever do that? Alienate the player. I'm like, wait a second. Like, this is just in line with all of the other stuff they've done. I guess it kind of makes sense, and I guess there's no real argument against it. But let me know what you guys think. Like, if they completely get rid of Mark III tokens from the crate raid, like, I imagine, like, almost no one is going to do the new Endor raid. And I imagine, like, maybe R10 or, whatever the fuck the new thing they're going to add is. But I would imagine there's probably a small subset of people who would still do the crate raid, because everyone has been, and against AP's advice, so I guess you've kind of brought this on yourself, been, like, really, really investing into teams for the crate raid. And not to say that, like, Jabba's not a good investment, right? But, like, Tuskens, like, random Old Republic characters, like, come on, guys. Like, if it's not giving you real, tangible GAC viability, like, it's a temporary game mode. Now, I guess we know more so than ever it's a temporary game mode. But it just, I kind of feel for my crate brothers and sisters. I guess they're not my brothers and sisters, because I completely abandoned them by being the worst guildmate to ever walk the face of planet Earth. But, I guess there are some people who are redeemable when APGAINS is, shall we say, unlovable from a guild leader perspective. I guess is probably a pretty safe thing to say. Definitely not the shining example on a hill of what a good guildmate should be. But I don't know. I really don't know. Like, I don't know if this is like just me being an idiot or this is something that's actually going to be a concern for people, because of the subset of people who do the crate raid, which is a large but not total representation of the population of people who do raids, because there's plenty of new game players and mid-game players who are in newer guilds and stuff like that. Like, have they been grinding up for the crate raid with the expectation that like it's going to be a longer term investment? Like, we knew that the new raids were going to come out and they were going to eventually change, but so soon kind of puts it in this place where it's like your investment is going to be completely worthless, and I just don't know if that's going to rub people the wrong way, because like that's kind of like what datacrons are, to be perfectly honest with you. I still don't even know how to kind of perceive this, because yeah, I don't know. Not to be an asshole, but like I've been warning people that this was going to happen, and now that it actually has happened, I feel worse than I thought I was going to feel, with the realization that something that people have put a large investment into is going to be a complete waste. Like, I really feel bad for people who went gung-ho on Tuskens, because like Tuskens are not good. Let's not do any ifs, ands, or buts. Like, the Tuskens are dog shit. Some niche GAC viability maybe, but like they're an STD team, sometimes difficult. You're not really gonna have any problems with them. But like, imagine someone who took Tuskens from nothing to like Relic 3, Relic 5, God forbid fucking Relic 7, just on the heels of an announcement that their investment is going to be completely useless. Like, well, I guess that's kind of the give and the take of these types of games, is that, you know, your investment is not always going to be useful forever. Eventually it's going to kind of get either power creeped or outdated or moved into something else. And I mean, that's kind of the basis of why I always tell people, like, you know, maybe don't do one of these niche farming guides where, you know, your whole thing is going to be rendered useless in a year or two. Like, do something that's going to have value long term. And I guess this is just one of the sadder examples of that kind of hitting players where it hurts, but nevertheless something that was predictable, albeit not something that I thought they'd actually go through with. But, you know, it's just one of those situations where, like, I don't want to I told you so. I want to be like, I'm sorry. Like, I wish there was a way around this. Very sad. But yeah, APGAINS at night. It's just APGAINS, but it is indeed harder to see me. My dog is barking. I'm going to go put her outside and live a glorious night. And by live a glorious night, I quite literally mean I'm going to go to bed right now because I'm fucking tired. All right. Peace out. Bye-bye.